I'm so excited today because it is publication day for Funny Story by Emily Henry. I almost never pre-order books, but I did pre-order Funny Story and it's supposed to arrive today. I keep kind of looking out the window to see if the delivery truck is here, but I haven't seen it yet, but I will keep you updated. So yesterday didn't quite go as planned. I did receive the book in the mail, but I haven't opened it. I saved it for today, and I'm gonna open it right now. I'm so excited to have this book and a signed copy from an author who really opened up a new world of books and reading for me. I think today I'm gonna go ahead and start this. I am still in the middle of Beartown. I'm hoping to finish it very soon. Can you see how far through? But it's just kind of a heavy book. So I think I'm gonna take a little break and start reading Funny Story. Emily Henry holds a special place in my heart. Her book, Beach Read, is one of the first, if not the first, contemporary romance books that I read. I'll be honest, I always kind of been told and believed that romance books were pure fluff and generally not well written. But after reading Beach Read, I was blown away. The story captivated me, the character arcs were compelling, and it was a sweet love story. I loved it, and it opened up a whole new genre and a whole new world of books and reading for me. So I made it to page 58, and I think I'm actually gonna pause here. Originally, I was thinking that I would just sit and read and knock this book out in a day or two, but I think that as I'm going, I would rather just kind of savor it and enjoy it when I want to enjoy it. I am really liking it. I'm only 58 pages in, but I had to mark a part. I love her dialogue. It's so witty and clever, and this part made me laugh. The main character is describing herself. For someone with the innate social charm of a mounted fish, me, and then the sentence continues. I just thought that was very funny. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I look forward to continuing it. Well, I had intended to film more while I was reading, but I did not. So I finished now. I'll be honest, her last couple books were kind of only okay for me. I didn't love them as much as Beach Read, so I was a little hesitant going into this, but this book came through for me and it was a 5 bookmark read for me. I'm gonna start by giving a brief synopsis and then move on to some of my personal thoughts / review, then some content and trigger warnings followed by a spoiler section, and I'll timestamp everything if you want to jump around or skip sections. Daphne and Peter had such a sweet and funny story about how it was that they ended up meeting and getting together. And Peter would always start the story by saying, "It's a funny story," and then go on to tell how they met. But then one day, Peter announces that he is leaving Daphne, and instead he is in love with his childhood best friend, Petra. Faced with this breakup and nowhere to live, Daphne ends up moving into the apartment where Petra's now ex, Miles, lives. The two of them are left reeling and trying to figure out how to move forward. They slowly start to reclaim their lives, rediscover who they are as individuals. On a whim, they concoct a plan to pretend to date. Along the way, they actually become friends and potentially start to develop feelings. I loved this book. Emily Henry is so great at writing witty dialogue and clever banter. There were multiple points where I was reading along and I was just smiling at my book because it was so fun. It's a light and easy story to read, but it also has some really good depth and character development. I love, love, love books that feature characters finding themselves and rediscovering who they are as people, and this book was definitely that. After the initial breakup, Daphne is left asking questions like, who am I? Who are my real friends? What do I actually really like to do? And I just found her storyline very compelling. And of course, Miles has his own things that he's working on from his past. It is a really sweet story of two people truly seeing each other, bringing out the best in each other, and staying true to themselves as well. It was such a believable story from their worries and fears and insecurities. It just felt very real. I found the characters relatable. I found them funny. I found the story sweet, all of the components that I enjoy in a romance. There are a couple spicy scenes in the book, so just FYI before starting it, but overall I really loved the themes of belonging, friendship, and forgiveness. This book absolutely earned these 5 bookmarks from me, and I'm actually torn to decide now if Beach Read is still my favorite Emily Henry, or if Funny Story is, or if they're gonna have to tie. And for some content and trigger warnings, as I said, this book does have some spicy scenes, I think 2, maybe 3. And it also deals with topics and themes related to abandonment, gaslighting, and grief. I really liked the character of Ashley and the whole storyline of how Ashley and Daphne ended up becoming friends and how they had to like work through some stuff in their friendship. I really liked how after one time when Daphne really blew it, she apologized with a really good apology, not just, oh, I'm so sorry, but actually owning that I am genuinely sorry and I want to make it up for you, but if you are not ready and if you are not ready to jump back into friendship, I understand that and I'm here for whatever you need. I loved that. I also liked that things were not tied up with a nice neat bow in Daphne's relationship with her dad. I was kind of hoping and I was happy for her when it looked like maybe her dad was kind of changing, but also it just felt a lot more real and genuine that things were not just picture perfect at the end. And it was through that storyline as well that really showed a lot of Daphne's growth in herself and in her boundaries. Let me know in the comments if you've read Funny Story and if you've read other Emily Henry books and where in the lineup does Funny Story fall for you in her books. And until next time, happy reading.